The Context.io module provides a graphical user interface that site builders can use to set up complex email import processes. With it, you don't need to write code to build business applications that use email as a data source. We believe the module can be especially valuable for intranets, social network sites, and business process automation systems. The Context.io module won the first runner-up in the DevPost API Challenge. Winning in the challenge was an important event for the Drupal community, because it confirmed the value of Drupal as an integration platform and a graphical user interface for the API web. It also helps us prove to SaaS companies that they should invest in the Drupal community through maintenance, community support, and developer evangelism. We hope that modules like this will help us to expand the sponsor company pool for event and community sponsorships beyond the regular suspects in the Drupal community. But let's have a look at the module first. Inside the Context.io project, there are 3 submodules. There is a basic API module that developers can use, a feeds implementation, and a UI module. The Context.io feeds module is what most site builders will use. When enabled, it will allow you to import feeds from your email account. A feed consists of 4 types of settings. Basic settings that let you, amongst others, set how often a feed will be imported. The fetcher settings that let you set the mailbox you want to import from, and if you want to download also the message bodies. The fetcher also lets you filter what emails should be uploaded. And for the filters, we've implemented the most useful settings from the Context.io API. The parser settings let you extract information from your emails. You can, for example, use it to recognize and extract the project name from a ticketing system. The processor lets you choose where the information will be stored in Drupal. That could be in nodes, taxonomy terms, or user entities. If you use a node processor, you can choose the content type you want to store the emails into and what user will submit the nodes. You can then use the mapping function to decide what fields will store what email data. Once this is all set, you can use the import interface to trigger imports manually or let the system pull in content at regular time points. Since the previous release, we have further improved on the parser interface. For the Beta 1 release of the module, our UX researcher worked with the team to create a really intuitive experience for configuring derivative resources. We are also talking with the maintainers of the Feeds module about a code sprint in our office so that we can help accelerate the Drupal 8 port of Feeds and the Context.io module. The example application we've built, Mail Dispenser, helps people selectively share emails. With it, you can set up filters that will automatically upload emails into an online archive space. Each archive space can be shared with a group of people of your choice. With it, you no longer need to forward your emails or give access to your mailbox. Access permissions are granular, other people only get to see the emails they need. Unlike the native Gmail filters that will only forward when an email arrives to your inbox, Mail Dispenser can also help you share all the emails. A few months ago, we fell out with a customer. A pre-seed startup, they had run out of money. They threatened us with a lawsuit and played other tricks to make us do more and more work for an ever-shrinking budget. When we didn't give in, they deleted our sprint logs and kicked us out of their ticketing system. Luckily, we had kept the notifications from their ticketing system. With Mail Dispenser, you can reconstruct the comments history from the email notifications. You can set up a space and add emails for all the developers that worked on the project. With a special field that extracts the ticket number from the email title, you could add the comments in chronological order to the right ticket. Earlier this year, my assistant who helps me processing my expenses went on pregnancy leave. In the past years, I had set up a large number of email filters in Gmail that forwarded invoices to her. Now I not only had to redo those filters, I also had to forward a number of invoices that hadn't been processed yet. If you work with a number of different people from Odex, for example, this can be even more of a hassle. With Mail Dispenser, you can set up a space for your invoices. You can either define a catch-all filter that will upload any email that mentions the word invoice, or you could define individual filters that only upload emails that originate from a certain address and have a specific type of title, to upload invoices from each of your vendors separately. Once the system is set up, you can then give your assistant access to your invoice space. When they are finished with the job, you can revoke their permissions.